boys, alcohol, drugs. I was just really letting it rip every single day.
Capítulo 4. Chaos. When you think back to that period of your life, what does chaos look and feel like to you?
Systematically revisiting every self-destructive behavior that I've ever participated in and identified clearly is not for me, but going full force with it again. I was an absolute source of chaos to myself and to anyone I came into contact with. I don't think it was a conscious thing at all. After my marriage fell apart, I was trying to reconcile my own identity. So in my mind, I think I was re-examining my boundaries on everything. I just erupted into total chaos.
Was this song written in the middle of chaos or after you had some distance from it?
After I had some distance from it. I think that if you had asked me when I was at the height of my chaotic chapter, I would have been like, I'm fine. Everything's fine. You're sensationalizing this.
What were some of the behaviors or patterns you found yourself slipping into during that time?
Overconsumption of everything. Boys, alcohol, drugs. I was just really letting it rip every single day.
Was there a point that you realized you weren't acting like yourself anymore?
People always say, oh gosh, I was so not myself. That wasn't me. But you do something long enough and that's who and what you are. I don't think there was a moment where I was like, I'm not acting like myself. I think I realized that I had become someone that I didn't like.
Did you feel like it was something that was always there beneath the surface brewing?
I think it's something that's always there. And not just for me, I think for everyone. None of us quite understand our capacity for chaos until just the right combination of factors come to fruition. I think that chaos is something that will always be like a little tiny Olympic fire burning inside of me. The challenge is then to just not allow it to become a full wildfire.
How did you translate psychological chaos into musical chaos?
The song feels like Mortal Kombat.
Chaos to me has almost like an 80s vibe to it in a good way. Like I could see this song being in a montage in a movie. Probably a fight scene.
I also think chaos can be a lot of fun. So let's talk about a little bit of the fun you had during the chaos.
Okay, I had a lot of fun. Again, it didn't occur to me that I was being chaotic. It just felt like curiosity about my new identity and self. I had a lot of fun times in the process. Imagine if I could have that fun from a place of happiness instead of being self-destructive.
Let's get into it.
Girl,
what kind of fun did you have,
I was just like out. I was out in these streets. You spend a long chapter of your life, an enormous chapter of your most formative adult years, committed to this little family that you've built. And then you suddenly find yourself on your own and you're kind of like, let's try it all on. And some of it was really fun to try on.
Chaos sometimes I think can allow you to almost connect back to a more playful, youthful, baby-like state, if you will. Did you feel that?
I was definitely a lot more playful. My baseline is on the relentless control side of the spectrum. Like that is where I typically exist. It's not a terrible thing when we're thinking about professional endeavors. Like being rigid, strict, and consistent is an asset in a lot of spaces. But in terms of my emotional well-being, in terms of giving and receiving love, you have to be somewhere in the middle. I can't be that chaotic and I can't be that controlled.
Looking back now, how do you interpret your behavior during that time?
I regard my behavior from that chapter with a lot of compassion because I didn't know it intellectually, but I was suffering a lot. But I also can't help but feel a degree of judgment. I inflicted a lot of harm on myself, a lot of heartache, a lot of suffering when I was already not doing well. And of course, in the moment you think, I'm actively climbing out of this hole by doing all of these things. When I said earlier, it was me systematically revisiting all of these things that I knew were destructive. It was true. I knew how it was gonna go. I can be gentle with myself all day, but I think there are times where you shouldn't be gentle with yourself. And I really do think that the universe will present you the same challenges over and over to see if you've learned, and I didn't learn and I suffered because of it.
What did you learn about yourself in the aftermath of that chaos?
It's so cliche, but what I want is not always what I need. I wanted a change of scenery. I wanted to experience people who were radically different than I had been experiencing before. But that's not what I needed. What I needed was a fucking journal and a therapist.